I'm going to show you how to replace an ignition coil pack. I have a 2008 Nissan Frontier, but this is a very similar process to other makes and models. And if you find this video to be valuable, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I was having some misfires driving. My check engine light was blinking, so I plugged in my OBD scan tool and found that I had two codes. One was P300, random misfire, and P306, cylinder 6 misfire. So I opened up the hood, and I'll show you where there's 6 ignition coil packs, one for each cylinder, and I'll show you what would be 5 and 3. 5 is the rear, cylinder 5 and cylinder 3. You can see the coil pack, they're held on with those one 10 millimeter nut on each one. And fortunately, we'll go to the other side because this is where cylinders 2, 4, and 6 are. And I've already moved the 6 coil that I'm pointing to right now, number 6, and I moved it up to the front of this to number 2. And after driving it for a couple days, I got a code for P302, which means that the problem has jumped from 6 to 2, indicating that number 2 coil pack has gone bad. So the first thing we do is unplug it, and it could be filled with dirt, so you might have to hit it with some brake clean or just pressurized air, and it comes right off. And then you take the 10 millimeter bolt out as well. So undid that. And after you get this off, the coil pack just slips over the spark plug in there, so it comes right out. Just be careful of those lines that you don't break anything. And this is the Nissan coil pack. I wish I could get Nissan factory coil packs, but instead I went with the AutoZone coil pack. And we're going to install it in a second here. So after you take it out of the box, you're going to want to put some of the spark plug boot protector inside the coil pack so that it's easy to remove later down the road, and for good electrical connection and waterproofing. So just squeeze that out of the little packet and into the ignition coil, and it'll get right on top of that spark plug. So we'll look down there. There's the top of the spark plug. And there you can see everything's looking fine. No oil or anything obvious wrong. So we're just going to pop this new coil back in. And you just slide it in there carefully. And then you line up the hole for that 10 millimeter bolt. And just make sure that's seated on top of the spark plug well. And then put that bolt back in. And just put it in by hand, and then thread it on, hand tight, and then just give it a little extra turn. I don't know the torque spec on there, but being plastic, it just needs to be nice and snug. So this is me just going a little more than hand tight. Be very careful you don't break it. And we're good. So that thing's not going anywhere, and we just need to put that connector plug back in. And just make sure it does clip back on and snaps into place. Try to pull it off without pushing the tab, and it's secure on there. And you're all done. Now my truck's running smooth. So if you found this information valuable, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you can, please consider donating via the PayPal link in the video description.